All right, I guess then I would just have to get into the newspapers real quick, real snappy. I'll start off with the Daily Graphic newspaper. Front page says 75 years of truth. Daily Graphic, the nation's trusted voice. That's according to Julius Deborah, the Chief of Staff. So congratulations, bon anniversaire to Daily Graphic, 75 years. We have been reading since, and we're grateful. There's a lot we have learned from the Daily Graphic, actually. And we thank you for the publications over the years. 75 years of truth. Daily Graphic, the nation's trusted voice. Chief of Staff speaking there. Energy Ministry pushes for open bidding for power generation. Energy Ministry pushes for open bidding for power generation. And then you have cocoa prices up again. Cocoa prices up again. If you jump to the back page, you have... Okay, government secures 3 billion yen Japanese grant to transform Kumasi Inner Ring Road. Government secures 3 billion Japanese yen Japanese grant to transform Kumasi Inner Ring Road. And you have MOFA, that's the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, receives 100 motorized sprayers for farmers. MOFA receives 100 motorized sprayers for farmers. So that's the Daily Graphic newspaper for today.
All right, and on the front page of the Daily Guide, we have apologize and resign minority to Sam George. And the big one here, 7 killed in collapsed Galamsey pit. Nurses, midwives protest over 10 months salary arrears. KGL supports on the 17 Colt Soccer Championship. And lastly, Daily Guide resumes Saturday publication, so look out for it.
On the front page of the Ghanaian Times, start with concrete action now. Public expectation on the president's meeting with CSOs over Galamsey, which is expected to happen today. Galamsey pit collapses, 5 dead, and you can find that in page 3 of the Ghanaian Times. Also, cocoa price goes up again. A bag now 3,625 from 3,228. Page 11 has that particular story. We won't be downside for deportees. That is coming from President John Dramani Mahama. And a Jumara program takes off with first 10,000 beneficiaries. A Jumara program takes off with first 10,000 beneficiaries. Let's see how that one is going to last.
All right, let me take you to the Informer. The Informer newspaper says, shutdown of Konyako plant. Agona chief urges decisive action on Galamsey. The major story on the front page of the Informer says, Agenda 111 project remains priority. Baumia pledges completion. And then you have Ghana not dumping ground for deportees. Mahama clarifies. Obsession with votes undermines sound governance. Zaneto laments. Dr. Zaneto Rollins, MP for Clotikoli, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it Koli?
Clotikoli.
One is the assembly.
Yes.
So which one is the assembly? Clotikoli.
Both of them bear the same name.
No, one is Koli Cloti.
And the other one is
Clotikoli.
It was actually previously, it was like Osu Cloti or something. The name it's like they said it's a man and a woman and a man, so say Clote, Kole, Clote. Anyway, how you go about it? Yeah, it's
no, but we need to get it right.
We need to get it right.
The name of the assembly is not the name as the constituency.
Let me check.
So we would have to we would have to get it right. It's member of parliament for Clote Kole.
Okay.
And then there's an MCE for Kole Clote. I think so. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, she's here speaking, Dr. Zaneto Rollins, and she says obsession with votes undermines sound governance. And then the last one on the bottom right-hand corner of the paper, KGL Foundation revitalizes under 17 codes football. So that's the Informer newspaper for today.
All right.
It's basically the same thing.
Is it?
Yes, Kole Clote.
Kole
MP
Clote.
for Kole Clote and MCE for Kole Clote.
You're sure?
Yes.
You know, you
Maybe
check.
if you are watching, you'd want to, if you are from that municipality, you'd want to send out a message to do some sort of correction. We'd be glad to hear from you. Yeah, let's go ahead.
All right, so on the front page of the Herald, we have why MPP and Jubilee House rejected Musa Dankwa's money-driven polls. HSRC Ghana commends Mahama's anti-Galamsey dialogue, warns against heavy-handed tactics. KGL Foundation support juvenile football development with $1 million on the 17 Colts Championship 2025. An interesting one here, GES interdicts another teacher over sexual misconduct, but the police sits idle. A Japan camp warns Bawumia over vicious attacks.
Anyway, on the front page of the Chronicle, Mahama targets sweeping judicial reforms, and also Domahine, Galamsey is going down, no need for state of emergency. Yesterday he was interviewed at the presidency when the president sworn them in. Also, KGL Foundation Soccer Tournament and its juvenile talents, and this is on the front page of the Chronicle. In Kasiem, Chiefs grateful to Mahama et al. For granting community mining request. And of course, on the front page of the Chronicle, you would have the memory verse, that is Proverbs 8:7. For my mouth will utter truth, and the weakness is an abomination to my lips. This is on the front page of the Chronicle.
All right, let's do Custodian now. The Custodian newspaper. Sack Sam George over DSTV impasse, minority to Mahama. Sack Sam George over DSTV impasse, minority to Mahama. Akufo-Addo seeks $1 trillion debt relief for Africa. Oi. Akufo-Addo seeks $1 trillion debt relief for Africa. Tano North MCE denies complicity in Galamsey operations. And then you have nurses, midwives protest over 10-month salary arrears. KGO Foundation promotes juvenile football, support under 17 Colts Championships 2025. That's the Custodian newspaper.
All right, so on the front page of the Business and Financial Times, we have Reclaiming Galamsey Lands, a science-based way forward. And we have another feature here, Mahama's high-stakes gamble. Are we giving away too much to foreign investors? AI innovation must anchor global communication. And big one here, cocoa farm get price up by 400 Ghana cedis. 12.27% rise makes it 3,625 Ghana cedis per bag. Government seeks to woo upstream petroleum investors. And Legal Green Association urges sustainable path in Galamsey fight. And lastly, Africa's trade dream endures, and that's by Professor Orama. He bows out with a call for financial-driven integration.
On the front page of the news center, 300 students, 200 teachers awarded MTN scholarship, and finance rigged against Africa. This you can find on the page 2 of the newspaper. Price per bag of cocoa increased to 3,625. Akufo-Addo slams global system trapping continent in unsustainable debt. And also in Kasiem, Chiefs praised government new month of a community mining breakthrough, and that is the vice president launches 10,000 youth entrepreneurs a Jumara program, and you can find us on the front page of the news center.
All right, so let's head online. We have ChannelOneNewsOnline.com. Let's check out some of the headlines that we have here. I'll arrest you and hand you over, and that's Domahini warning the Galamseyers, and swift and fair justice key to reset agenda. That's by the President Mahama. Nutri-Foods resume production of Tasty Tom tomatoes mix after FDA clearance. Uphold courage, integrity, and humility. Mahama to new Court of Appeal justices. On the NPP race, Bawumia lacks overwhelming support to seal victory, and that's by a political analyst. Government defends transparency of Ejumawura beneficiary selection. GES interdicts Okajakrom SHTS teacher over alleged sexual misconduct.
And in recent times, we've been having these issues or these stories popping up too many times.
It's a problem.
Recently was the KNUST, SHS, and not long ago we saw the
Another one.
Okajakrom teacher also popping up with us. We really don't know what is happening in the senior high schools or in the schools, but I think that some sort of action must be taken when it comes to
And
these
there
things.
was a report by, I think it was showed on one of our sister stations, that's TV3. It was one of those investigative documentaries, yeah? And it showed the same thing about some place that, it was rampant and girls got pregnant and all of that. It's just a lot.
Listen,
And nothing had been done about it, even though he brought out the whole thing. I don't know if the police have gone after the person right now, but the teachers were actually caught because there were recordings on the phone, there were text messages to show that the teachers really did this to these kids.
It's the abuse of power and the fact that nothing is done about it. It emboldens other people
To also
do same. Listen, there's no way you can explain to me why you as a teacher, a headmaster, assistant headmaster, is involved in whatever sort of relationship with a student outside teacher-student relationship. You cannot explain it to me in any way for me to understand it. Whether by consent, with or without. You cannot. No, how are you going to defend this? Tell me. As a parent, I bring my ward or my child to the school under your care. In that moment, within that period, you are the parent of the child. You get
Most of
it?
these children are
And then there's the
underage.
professional conduct under
all
the GES.
Most of them are
code of
underage.
conduct.
Most
You
of them are
understand?
underage.
Sweetheart, even if they are the age of consent, there is
Exactly.
a power dynamic at play.
Yes, exactly.
An adult and a teenager.
Yeah. And
That
as long
on
as there's a
one
power
side,
dynamic,
a teacher and the students on the other side, we don't even know the genesis of this, whether they were coerced, whether they were threatened
they were
into.
definitely coerced. They were definitely coerced because also coercion can also come in form of being threatened, and anything that involves coercion is actually a thing of power. And like we always say, sexual, any sort of sexual violence, sexual abuse, sexual harassment, it's all a power play.
Yeah.
It's all a power play thing and should be treated as such. And the thing, I like the fact that we are talking about it now. The more we talk about it, these things will stop being swept under the carpet. These things will stop being, it's a family issue. It's not a family issue. It is our issue. Because if you keep it in your family, you just let the perpetrator go do it to the next person.
Exactly.
And it just keeps going on and going on because it's a family issue in Ghana. It's a family issue. We don't do anything about it. And it's always the poor that make it a family issue. The rich will make it a family issue. They will take you on.
So it makes the poor vulnerable.
Yes.
And that's how come the institutions must work. So we have institutions like the gender ministry. I know that the gender ministry recently met the vice president and noted that what happened at KNUST Senior High School, they are going to take action, and that's the headmaster.
Has the action been taken? It's been 2 or 3 days since they issued that
Exactly.
statement. Has the action been taken?
Exactly.
You see,
Like
when you see you appear to be relaxing the law, or you are failing to crack the whip, it emboldens others. I keep saying that people should be used as scapegoats. We should make examples of people to stop other people from engaging in this thing.
And the more you keep quiet about it, the more you do nothing about it, you are just a sexual predator apologist. You are just an
And you see,
apologist for that
if you
kind
do
of
nothing
act.
about it, listen, in every situation, I keep saying there are the actors and there are the enablers.
Exactly.
Then there is the victim who actually suffers and gets no respite at the end of the day.
I've told Philip on this show that people do not realize the psychological effect it has on the victim for a long time. It could be throughout her whole life.
Yes.
It will affect her in marriage. It will affect her in relationship. It will affect how she sees men. It will just affect her. Some become people don't know this, but I'm passionate about gender issues. See, I have goosebumps.
Yeah.
And because I've heard a lot, I've seen a lot. Do you understand? And some become hyposexual. No, hyposexual or hypersexual. And then you see the person, acting very hypersexual, and then you think, oh, she's a very spoiled girl. She's a very spoiled
She's
lady.
been damaged.
No, because she's damaged. Because she too wants to reclaim her power, and the only way she feels she can reclaim her power is by being sexual. Then she will be with you and be with you and that's her reclaiming her power. But it's in a damaged way. It's all a psychological problem. And we're in a country whereby not everybody has access to a therapist because not everybody can afford it. If you know how much a therapy session costs, an hour.
But I'm sure these schools, for instance, would have the guidance and counseling units.
Sometimes the guidance and counseling
effective
units do
are
not
they?
even help. Because
Some of
they
them
want
are
to cover
actually
it
even
up.
exploitative.
Exactly.
Some will even end up, worsening your situation.
Exactly.
You get it. So, it's...
And maybe what you even go and tell that particular teacher or the person in charge of the guidance or the counselor there would end up spreading everywhere.
I listened to Akufo-Addo of EduWatch, and he's saying that, listen, it's about time that the BNI and the Ghana Education Service collaborate, infiltrate the ranks of the students or even the schools and investigate some of these things, because clearly it appears this is entrenched and it is going on, and it's about time we fish out all of these things and put an end to it. We're not just fishing out, but we need to punish perpetrators and set a clear example. There's the GES code of conduct, the professional conduct. So any which way you want to look at this thing, it is wrong.
And this is what I saw yesterday, posted by one of our sister stations again, and it's a news headline, and it says, National Commission of Civic Education, that's the NCCE, rolls out program to empower adolescent girls to resist sexual abuse and gender-based violence in schools and communities. You are supposed to be teaching the adults not to go after
engage
the child, but you are here saying, no, we have to teach the child to resist. And this is where that issue of what were you wearing comes in. It's not about the clothing sometimes.
That thing, it should
it's
not
not
be
about the
said
clothing sometimes,
anywhere.
because there are men out there that are actually, sexually abusing babies. What was the baby wearing? A diaper?
Listen,
There are men out there
if you
sexually abusing women in hijabs. What was she wearing? A hijab? She was covered up.
If you want to limit the conversation
it's just weird.
What was she wearing? Listen, this is my feel-good attire. This is not an
Thank
invitation for you to be an animal.
Exactly.
You get it? This is my feel-good attire. I'm confident in this.
But isn't it a two-edged sword? For instance, you know that I'm going to school as a student, a female, when this is my primary reason why I'm there is to learn. When a teacher may have made advances at me, wouldn't you want to maybe report to your parents, report to somebody who you think that can help you? So it's a multifaceted
Let me
wait. You need to understand
Let
the
me
power
supply
dynamics at play.
Yeah.
You get it? The student is afraid. If I go and report, what if I am sacked? What if I'm punished? Hey, this teacher can pick on me and decide to hate me for the rest of my duration or period on campus. You get it?
But if somebody sees that as a scapegoat,
exactly. The teachers need to be stopped, not the children. If it's empowering the students, you need to stop their teachers. And if they don't engage in this, the students don't respond to it. It's as simple as that.
And there's always this another situation whereby we see the parents being, I don't want to say adamant, but they are so shocked to see that this is happening to their child. And they live in denial. They actually say, oh no. Because I know a lady that have come to me, she told me this is what she's going through in her university. This is not even a high school girl. In her university, and this person is sort of like related to them, but he's her lecturer at the same time. She told her parents, her mom, the mom says a lie. It's a lie, he can't do that.
Wow.
He can't do that. She said, he fumbled me, he taught me. She's like, no, he cannot do that. So the mom was in denial that, no, this uncle man can't do this. It's probably you. Because that's how society has programmed us to
adults are never wrong.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway.
It also goes with the same thing with FGM. People that practice FGM. It's just a bunch of old people, especially a bunch of old men that sat down and then realized that, oh no, we need to spread the legs of girls and cut off their clitoris. Why?
It's the
Because they'll
same
be
power
spoiled
play.
girls.
It's the same power play.
How do you know the person's future? How do you know her body part will actually cause her to be spoiled, to be
You
to
have
be
more
all
sense
over?
than God.
Promiscuous.
Do you understand?
You have more sense than God. Okay, so why don't we also decide to cut off your ear and tell you that you'll be listening to nonsense and become a fool in future? You get it?
Yeah.
Some things are outmoded. Some practices are past. We need to move on. The world is changing. There's modernization. I'm not saying we should throw away our culture and our traditions, but we need to find ways to inculcate. If the thing hasn't helped over the period, why are we still doing it?
We can throw some traditions away, some culture away. Because
They
some of them are actually very,
outmoded.
very harmful to people, especially to girls and women. Let's be realistic. When somebody is raped, it's always, even
It
sometimes,
is clear this thing is a health scare.
Yeah.
And you still want to engage in
Exactly.
it. Like, are you okay? Are you okay? Tell me.
It goes down well with education, like what Chris just read. NCC would have a lot of work to do.
But the work
I'm
shouldn't
sure
be
we-
one-sided.
yeah, it shouldn't be on the
It should cut
girls.
both ways.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be on the, because the girl can do everything. She can protect herself. She can wear the longest robe. One
Once there's a
teacher
predator,
will
there's
still
a predator.
come there and say, no, I like. In fact, this long robe
I
even
prefer
turns
that.
me on. It makes me happy. You remind me of my wife when she was in her youth. Now she's
You know
old.
that,
It's
that,
you.
that teacher
Hey!
should be handed over to me. I have a very fine idea of how to punish
How
such
to
people.
punish such people?
It may not be legal, but I have a very I'm clear in my mind how to punish such people.
I really don't know.
Shabby, you want to
why.
have fun now? Come, I have a way of you like that. Okay, it's okay. It's morning TV.
It's morning TV, but it's morning TV. But
See.
lastly, I think it's important these conversations are had. So if you're watching and you also need to add your voice, you can send us a message.
Yeah,
You can put it on
yeah.
social media. Let our voices be heard when it comes to issues of sexual and gender-based violence, because the girls are suffering.
It's not enough that we are dealing with
Yes.
students in discipline on campus. Now we have to deal with sexual misconduct of teachers
Adults.
and head teachers.
You know?
Adults who are supposed to know better.
Yeah.
And someone will say somewhere and tell me that if you watch the video, she was not being forced.
She was happy.
Consensual. She was happy. Do you know the genesis of this relationship? Even if not forced, even if not threatened, psychologically, she knows the power play, the power dynamic at play. She
Yeah.
understands that this is a teacher or a lecturer asking me for this. If I say no, the possible implications are so and so. So let me go in there. You get it? And you see, everything starts from somewhere. She might look happy, allegedly, in that video.
She's not.
You get it? But even if she is, you've damaged her from the beginning.
Yeah.
Now she has
Yeah.
no choice
I think
than
it's
to
all right.
go along
Yeah.
with it. You have psychologically brainwashed the girl into thinking that what she's doing is good. And you know, the annoying part is when they seemingly appear to be empowering you over your
They don't even.
mates.
They are not even empowering you.
No, this is negative empowerment because they are making you feel superior over your mates while they are damaging you internally.
I would wish we actually engaged the gender minister on this, Agnes Na Momo Olate, so that at least Agnes would be able to tell us a number of things on this, what they are doing about what is happening in the various senior high schools, and also the girl child, which is very important because it looks like the victim in this happens to be the girl child.
Indeed.
Most of the teachers or most of the headmasters or whatever stories we are seeing, whatever videos we are seeing, is like tailored towards some sort of advantage being taken.
They're taking advantage of the girl child, the female
See.
students. But you see, you know, there's a danger we are not looking at. Do you know how many boy students, male students, are being sodomized?
Yeah. Because
have no idea.
You see, because the
But
focus is always on the girl child.
And you see,
Because
the
everybody wants to
boy-
have autonomy
Exactly.
on the girl child.
And that societal, if you like, misconception that the boy is supposed to be boisterous, is supposed
There's
to be
so
bold.
many,
So they
like,
don't come out to
yeah.
complain. But there are so many male children, students in school now, who are being taken advantage of by their teachers, their supervisors, their superiors, and what male students are being sodomized, and they are unable to come out to even say it because of what society will judge you.
Society will judge you.
You get it? So, I mean, we need to deal with this thing holistically.
Yeah.
The cultural norms,
Yeah.
the societal, if you like, judgment, then the mindsets of the perpetrators themselves.
Then the education.
Thank you.
Education. Because remember during COVID, there was a time they said they should bring sex education, sex ed in schools. A lot of people kicked against it because everybody felt, oh, they're going to probably teach them homosexuality and things like that. But it was not, forget about homosexuality, put it on the side, or sexuality, just put that on the side. But sex education is very important.
Indeed.
It teaches children to be autonomous over their body.
Yeah.
It teaches children to be expressive. Call the breast the breast. Don't call it poppy or something. Call the penis the penis. Call the vagina the vagina.
Yeah.
So when something happens, that
They
child,
know what
as
exactly.
young as she is, she can come and tell you, Mommy, this man touched my vagina.
Also, you are saying that sometimes also the problem is from the home because the children
Indeed.
have not been educated
Yes.
well
Indeed.
from the home.
Yes.
So when I even get to school and my teacher is doing this to me, I'm
You will be
scared
quiet.
to even
Philip,
call
Exactly.
my parent
why
and tell
am
them.
I able to say he pinched my ear and unable to say
Say-
he touched my vagina?
Yes.
Is a vagina not a body part?
It's a body part. It's science. Call it what it is. The minute you say
You get
people, something, you're calling it other names, you know.
We've created a lot of myths around unnecessary things, and we've made some things look like. Tell her to be able to call it her
that's what has
vagina
come back to bite
and
us.
teach
It has-
her
it has
not
beaten
to
us
allow
badly,
anybody
oh.
touch it.
It has beaten us.
You get it?
It has beaten us. You know what I'm saying has beaten us? Even women my age, ladies even younger than me, if they come out and tell you the things they have experienced sexually by perpetrators, by villains, you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked.
I tell you what society or the way our upbringing has done to us. Philip, you are a clear example. The last time we were here doing newspaper review, there was a headline on the front page of the Herald newspaper.
You couldn't say it.
You couldn't say you were trying to edit it. You were
Yeah.
saying private party.
Yeah.
But
You
the man
couldn't
had
say
written
it.
Toto on the front page. You understand? And you were here trying to edit it. You wanted to say
Well.
private part.
Well, that was Herald.
You get it.
Larry Dogo.
But it is what it. Call it what it is. Call it what it is, so that when there's an attempt at it, the child is able to report to you that, Daddy, today when I went to school, this boy, this teacher, that
Did this
girl
to me.
did this to my vagina, did this to my penis.
We've made the children sort of become timid.
Very timid about those
They are
things.
not able to express
They are unable to
themselves.
open up about some things because you have created so much of a myth around those things in their heads. Hey, if I go and say it, Daddy will beat me.
Yeah.
If I go and say it, my sisters will laugh
Will
at
laugh
me.
at me.
So I keep it and I'm dying inside.
And the teacher is also taking advantage of
You
it.
see, you are creating
true.
an animal for society if you don't know.
Exactly.
And that's what we are seeing. But for the sake of for the benefit of phones, we wouldn't have seen these things.
Yes.
Say
Yes,
they being
and that's why I'm
recorded and
saying
all
that I
Yes.
support what Kofi Asare is saying. It's about time we launch a full-scale investigation into our education system to unearth some of these things, because this might not be, if you like, isolated incidents. There might be an endemic, if you like, problem with. You see, when people are in places of power, they get confused though.
Yeah.
And they begin to think they are lords unto themselves and may want to exploit people they think they have an advantage of. And so maybe in their heads, they are not pedophiles, right?
Yeah.
But they see that the power at their disposal
They are
gives them.
pedophiles.
But there are people who are like natural pedophiles, people who
yeah.
actually enjoy. You get it. Those are the ones that engage in more
Kids.
or multiple. You get it. But there's someone who is thinking that, oh, I have this power at my disposal, so if I want this, I can have
I
it.
can easily have it.
You get it. So it's not like I like you and I want to go into a
No,
relationship
it's never
with
I
you.
like you. They
I
don't
have
like you.
power. So if I want you, I can have you.
And that's it. And after having you, that's
And I'm
it.
saying
that's
that is madness.
So at least if at 1, 2, 3 people are used as scapegoats.
Thank you.
Because
how is it that
yesterday I
I have
spoke
brought-
to Bright
Up here, Child Rights
Child
International.
Rights International, and he said that, well, he wouldn't really know what much can be done to the KNUST headmaster now that we find another one to a Keja Chrome or whatever. But if it comes out that the Ghana Education Service, the gender,
He says he doesn't know what can be done.
no, asking what has been done so far.
Okay.
Alright.
What has
Alright.
been done so
I
far?
want to tell him what can be done.
Yeah, with the arrest and all that, what has been done so far. But to serve as a deterrent more for others to stop.
Pretty
these
simple.
things, yeah, so.
The GS has its own rules and regulations. It has its code of conduct. if you are cited for professional misconduct, there's what is expected to be done to you per that conduct. But I'm saying that it should not end there. Outside
serve
of
time.
that,
The police should
outside
get
of
involved,
that,
yeah.
treat this as a crime.
It's a crime.
Treat this as a crime.
So he needs to serve time.
Thank you.
He
If
needs
the
to serve
police
time,
have
whether he
picked
likes it
people
or
up
not.
for engaging in some of these things,
Yes.
yes, it will serve as a deterrent. Other teachers will sit back and say, hey, Ko went to do this nonsense. And so even if assuming without admitting that is the student that is throwing themselves at you, you will know that someone has done time for doing the same thing.
Yeah. And you see, they see it as normal. That's why sometimes they even go on radio and they open their mouths and say nonsense. And say how they have abused little girls and talk about how they've abused little girls, but in their head it's not abuse, it's normal. I've been doing this with her since she was 7. I've been doing this with her since she was 12. We've seen it on especially local radio stations, and then they give them the platforms to actually talk about this, and nothing is done about it because it's normal, because it's the society we live in. And we also forget that, you know, it's not just about destroying this person psychologically, mentally, emotionally, but some of these people carry diseases. We're talking about the rise of HPV. We're talking about the rise, in fact, HPV, people get it, but we're talking about the rise of cervical cancer, and that comes from HPV. Not everybody has a strong immune system to clear out the HPV. So it might end up being cervical cancer. And we are here always talking about the issue of cervical cancer and raising awareness about it, and we are hearing how the numbers keep going up.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's
if you
just
ask
too
me.
much. It's
And
just too
you
much.
see, well, the more we continue to entertain this nonsense, the more we're creating a society where women, because of course this girl child will grow to become a woman, are not safe. Women are insecure.
But
it is wrong.
Exactly.
It is. She was not born insecure. She was not born timid. It is what you subjected her to.
Exactly.
That has created that person. You understand? So let's be fair to each other, okay? And like I'm saying, I don't understand why I, as a parent, will bring my child to school and trust this child in your care, believing and hoping that you have been trained professionally to handle my child throughout the entire period of her study, and I go home and the next thing I hear is you are engaging my child in this nonsense of a relationship, and you come and tell me that it is family matter.
And they abandon them.
Which family? Are you my mother's firstborn or my... Listen, I don't want to go crazy on this matter. And those who are enabling some of this nonsense, those who sit back and pretend it's okay and don't do anything, you are an enabler. Those who hear of it and do not take any action, you are an enabler. Those who are supposed to take action, those who are clothed with the power to act on some of these things and turn a blind eye, you are an enabler. And I tell you what, posterity is there to judge all of us. This thing will go round, round, round and come and bite us someday. Mark it anywhere. We will sit here and then this thing will allow it to fester. It will continue. And then one day, the monsters that we create out of these students will come back to haunt us. And you come and tell me that the moral fabric of society is broken and all that. Who made them so? Who made them so?
We have so much to talk about morals and all that, but when these issues come out, we just let it slide.
You want to talk about morals and forget the law. When someone is engaging in such immoral act, you don't want to crack the whip, and you want to come and explain morals to me. Continue, you're doing well.
I just feel like there needs to be an overhaul with education. An overhaul with education, because we think people know about these things. We assume because they are adults, they should know. But the truth is, a lot of people do not know any of these things. A lot of people just think it's normal. A lot of people just think they can get away with it because either they are men, because they are in a place of power, and because the families won't talk about it because mostly the families are poor people. Oh, it's a family matter. It's a family matter. We don't. It is not a family matter. In fact, all of us, we are family now. When the issue comes, all of us will talk about it. You cannot sweep it under the ground. I think also when these cases come to the police and someone wants to just say it's a family matter, it shouldn't be a family matter.
It is not.
It should.
Where is the family in this?
It should continue. The case should continue. It shouldn't be swept under the carpet.
Tell me where the family is in where is the family?
It shouldn't be swept
that
under
you
the
were
carpet.
able to look at your family member who is underage and you had such an affair with her and you want to tell me it is family. Are you serious? You know the bigger problem we are refusing to acknowledge or we are failed to acknowledge. Do you know how endemic child marriage is in this country?
You see?
It gives impetus to some of these things.
Yeah.
Do you understand? How is it that 19% of, if you like, girls in Ghana before the age of 18 are married to adults?
Can you imagine?
This means that nearly 1 in 5 girls is in some sort of child marriage, right? Now, I'll break it down for you, and it gets crazier. In 2024, according to the Ghana Health Service, in Wa alone, 14,221 girls aged 10 to 19 became teenage mothers between January and July alone.
Yeah.
Think about it too. Sisala, 32 cases and 32 cases of abduction, teenage girls.
Wow. So,
You see-
so when the UN comes out and gives statistics, we should be worried. You know, last year, when it was the 16 days of activism, the 16 days of activism is actually a time dedicated to raise awareness on some sexual and gender-based violence, especially on women. People ask, okay, why not men? Why not men? Because the numbers that we see when it comes to issues concerning women are alarming. They are alarming. That's why it feels like everybody's always talking about the women and the girl child. The numbers are so high. And the funny thing is that they found numbers for Europe, the Americas, the Asians. When it came to Africa, there are no statistics. There are no right statistics. We are still dealing with numbers from 2022, and it's 2025, and it's a problem if we're not even getting the right numbers. And now, anyway, talking about the child marriage thing. A lot of these young girls are also suffering from fistula, obstetric fistula issues because they are not well developed.
The person is not fully developed,
and you are getting her pregnant, and the baby's head is supposed to come out of that vagina that is not even well developed. It's like you're eating unripe mango before it gets ripe.
We'll have to talk more about this. Some of the messages that are coming in, please, good morning to you all for your wonderful discussion this morning. In fact, it's so alarming when it comes to the girl-child sexual abuse. But please, what has GES done to the final year students who has videos on TikTok, sometimes as girl behavior that puts some men in this unacceptable situation.
You see, this is what this is my problem. Irrespective of the girl's behavior, you are an adult.
Exactly.
Let's just read the messages. Then later
we
can criticize people. But anyway, let's go for a quick break. We wouldn't move away from this conversation. Stay with us here on the show. We will definitely bring you more on these issues, and definitely we'll be speaking to the authorities and also some experts within the field, what really can be done to protect the girl child in the various schools, and also that 7 as a deterrent, what can be done to these teachers who are taking advantage of some of these girls. Stay with us, we'll be back with more.